The truth you've been running from is that you are the architect of your own prison, and you've spent your entire life polishing the bars. You believe that more effort will set you free, but you're only tightening the knot. To survive the coming decade, you must kill the version of yourself that got you this far. Everything you know is a map of a territory that no longer exists. We cling to old mindsets like a drowning man clings to an anchor, convinced that the weight is what keeps us grounded when it is actually what is pulling us under. The human mind is a relic-making machine. It takes the lessons of a traumatic childhood, a failed business, or a broken heart and turns them into stone tablets. We carry these tablets into our present, wondering why our back is breaking and our path is blocked. This is the weight of the old mindset, the silent, invisible gravity of past survival strategies that have outlived their utility.
In the tradition of the Zen Strategist, we do not seek to add more to our lives. We seek to subtract. We do not need new tools. We need to discard the broken ones. Consider the bamboo. It is strong because it is hollow. It is flexible because it does not resist the wind. Your current mindset is a solid, brittle oak. It stands tall and proud until the storm becomes too great, and then it snaps. To transition from the oak to the bamboo is not an act of weakness. It is the ultimate expression of tactical intelligence. It is the realization that the rigidity you call strength is actually your greatest vulnerability.
Why do we stay? Why do we inhabit the ruins of our old selves? Because the ruin is familiar. There is a perverse comfort in known suffering. We would rather sit in the cold, damp dark of a cellar we know than step into the blinding light of a world we don't. We call this consistency. We call it loyalty to oneself. But there is no virtue in being loyal to a ghost. The person you were 5 years ago is dead. If you are still trying to live his life, you are a necromancer, not a visionary.
Logic dictates that if a system is producing the same errors repeatedly, the error is not in the data, but in the operating system itself. You have been trying to solve new problems with old logic. You are using a map of London to navigate the streets of Tokyo. You are frustrated, you are exhausted, and you blame the city. But the city is indifferent. The error is in your hands. To leave your old mindset is to stop blaming the terrain and start questioning the map. It is a brutal, cold-blooded audit of every belief you hold dear.
Does this belief serve my objective, or does it merely protect my ego? If it protects your ego, it must be discarded. There is no room for ego in the high-stakes game of evolution. The Zen master does not care about being right. He cares about being effective. To be effective, you must be willing to be wrong. You must be willing to look at the foundations of your identity and admit that they were built on sand.
If you think this is about positive thinking, you've already lost. This is not a message of hope. This is a message of structural demolition. We are not here to renovate your old mindset. We are here to burn it down so that something real can grow in its place. Because right now, you are a garden choked with weeds, and you're trying to fix it by painting the weeds green. The first step in this demolition is the recognition of the default narrative. This is the voice in your head that narrates your life as a series of things happening to you. It is the story of the victim, the story of the misunderstood genius, or the story of the person who just needs one more break. This narrative is a virus. It feeds on your agency and excretes excuses. It is the primary tool of the old mindset. To kill the narrative, you must adopt the Stoic lens. You must separate the event from the judgment of the event. The boss fired you. That is the event. My life is over is the judgment. The partner left. That is the event. I am unlovable is the judgment. The old mindset lives in the judgment. The new mindset lives in the event. By stripping away the emotional coloring of your reality, you gain the clarity of a strategist. You see the board for what it is, not for how it makes you feel. Feelings are biological noise. They are the static on the radio. If you listen to the static, you will never hear the signal.
Consider the architecture of a great cathedral. It is not built by piling stones randomly. It is built through the precise management of tension and weight. Your mind is currently a pile of stones, stacked in the dark by a frightened child. To rebuild, you must first understand the physics of your own psyche. Why do you fear the silence? Why do you crave the approval of people you don't even like? These are the load-bearing walls of your old mindset. If you pull them down without a plan, you will be crushed. But if you deconstruct them stone by stone, you can reuse the material to build something that reaches the sky.
We are entering a phase where the pace of change will outstrip the human capacity for traditional learning. In this environment, the only sustainable advantage is unlearning. This is the most difficult skill for a human to master because it requires us to admit that our previous investments were wasted. We call this the sunk cost fallacy. We have spent decades building a certain reputation, a certain skill set, a certain way of being. To walk away from it feels like a form of suicide. But in the words of the ancient architects, you cannot build a skyscraper on the foundation of a farmhouse. You must clear the site. Somewhere in the next few minutes, I am going to tell you the one thing that will make this transition impossible for most people. It is the hidden trap that catches 99% of those who try to change. If you miss it, you will just be building a new cage with different colored bars. Let's talk about the paradox of safety. Your old mindset was designed to keep you safe. It was forged in the fires of your early failures. It told you not to speak up because you might be laughed at. It told you not to take the risk because you might lose your money. It told you to stay small because small targets are harder to hit. In the world of our ancestors, this was brilliance. In the modern world, it is a death sentence. In an era of total connectivity and rapid automation, the safe path is the one with the highest competition and the lowest rewards. The mindset that kept you safe in the past is the very thing that makes you a target in the present.
True safety is found in volatility. The Zen Strategist knows that the middle of the river is safer than the bank. On the bank, you are static. You are subject to the erosion of the water and the collapse of the soil. In the middle of the flow, you are part of the movement. You are agile. You are moving with the energy of the system, not against it. Leaving your old mindset means leaving the bank of your life. It means stepping into the current of uncertainty and realizing that uncertainty is not the enemy. It is the raw material of opportunity.
But how do we practically do this? It starts with cognitive reframing. In the Stoic tradition, we practice the premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. We do not visualize success, we visualize failure. We look at our greatest fears and we ask, and then what? We follow the chain of catastrophe to its end until we realize that the end is not as bad as the fear of it. This strips the old mindset of its power. Fear is the fuel of the old mindset. Without fear, the engine stalls.
When you no longer fear losing your status, you are free to speak the truth. When you no longer fear losing your comfort, you are free to take the leap. The old mindset is a form of debt. You are paying interest on your past mistakes every single day. Reframing is the act of declaring bankruptcy and starting fresh with the assets you have left.
The strategist does not look for solutions. Solutions are for small problems. The strategist looks for leverage. Where is the one point in your life where a small amount of effort will produce a massive amount of change? Often, that point is your social circle.
You are the average of the 5 mindsets you spend the most time with. If those mindsets are rooted in the 20th century, you will never survive the 21st. You must be willing to become a social ghost. You must disappear from the lives of those who pull you back into the old narrative. This isn't cruelty, it's survival. You cannot help a drowning person if they are trying to use you as a flotation device. You must first reach the shore yourself. The reason you feel stuck is not that you lack motivation. Motivation is a scam sold by people who want your attention. You feel stuck because your internal geometry is misaligned. You are trying to move in a straight line while your mind is still running in circles.
Consider the concept of mushin, the state of no mind. This is not a state of emptiness, but a state of total presence. In the old mindset, we are always living in the next or the before. We are rehearsing a future argument or replaying a past defeat. We are never here. This temporal displacement is the source of all anxiety. Anxiety is simply the old mindset trying to calculate a future it cannot control. The Zen Strategist abandons calculation for observation. When you are truly present, the old mindset cannot exist. It requires the oxygen of the past or the future to breathe. By forcing yourself into the absolute now, you suffocate the old self. This is why the breath is so central to these traditions. It is the only thing that is always happening now. It is the tether that pulls you out of the labyrinth of your own thoughts.
We must also address the identity trap. We think we are our thoughts. We think we are our beliefs. But thoughts and beliefs are just software. You are the hardware. You can uninstall a belief just as easily as you can uninstall an app. The old mindset convinces you that changing your mind is a betrayal of your identity. It's not. It's an upgrade. If you are the same person today that you were a year ago, you haven't remained true to yourself. You've stagnated. You've become a museum of your own history.
Think of the samurai who polishes his blade every single morning. He does not do it because the blade is dirty. He does it to ensure that the blade remains a tool of the present. If he allows the rust of yesterday to accumulate, the blade will fail him today. Your mindset is your blade. Most of you are carrying around rusted, dull instruments and wondering why you can't cut through the complexities of your life. The polishing is the daily act of questioning everything you think you know. It is the rejection of received wisdom and the embrace of empirical reality. The world does not care about your history. It cares about your utility. To be of high utility, you must be a liquid learner. You must be able to take the shape of any container. You must be able to adopt a mindset, use it to solve a problem, and then discard it immediately. This is the ultimate freedom. Not the freedom to do what you want, but the freedom to be what the moment requires.
We are approaching the final reveal. I promised to tell you why most people fail. I promised to show you the hidden trap. But before I do, you must understand the cost of the new. The new mindset is not a gift, it is a purchase, and the price is your current life. You cannot take your old friends, your old habits, or your old excuses with you. This is where most people turn back. They want the new mindset, but they want to keep the old social circle that reinforces their mediocrity. They want the new success, but they want to keep the old schedule that prioritizes comfort. They want the new clarity, but they want to keep the old lies that make them feel safe. Nature is a ruthless accountant. You cannot have the butterfly without the death of the caterpillar. The caterpillar does not transform, it dissolves. It becomes a soup of cells before it becomes a butterfly. If you are not willing to dissolve, you will never fly. You will just be a faster caterpillar.
This is the philosophy of strategic destruction.
You must identify the pillars of your life that are holding up the old mindset, and you must pull them down. This might mean leaving a job, ending a relationship, or moving to a city where nobody knows your name. It sounds extreme because it is. Evolution is an extreme process. It doesn't happen in the comfort zone. It happens in the danger zone, where the old self is no longer sufficient and the new self hasn't yet arrived. This in-between space is where the real work happens. It is a place of profound disorientation. You will feel lost. You will feel like a failure. You will feel like you've made a terrible mistake. Good. This is the feeling of your old mindset dying. Do not try to ease the pain. The pain is the evidence of your progress.
Let us examine the concept of mental models. The old mindset is a collection of faulty models. It uses the model of scarcity, the idea that there isn't enough to go around. It uses the model of linearity, the idea that the future will look like the past. It uses the model of external validation, the idea that your worth is determined by others. To leave these models, you must replace them with higher-order logic.
Abundance through efficiency, exponential thinking, internal integrity. This is not positive thinking, it is mathematical reality. In an exponential world, the linear mind is a liability. In a world of abundance, the scarcity mind is a blindfold. Internal integrity is the only thing that cannot be automated or outsourced. It is your only true asset. We must also talk about the shadow of the past. We all have ghosts. We have the ghost of the father who never said he was proud. We have the ghost of the teacher who said we would never amount to anything. We have the ghost of the first person who broke our heart. These ghosts are the silent partners in your old mindset. They are voting on every decision you make. To leave the old mindset, you must perform an exorcism. You must look these ghosts in the eye and realize they have no power over the person you are becoming. They are just echoes in a canyon. If you stop shouting into the canyon, the echoes will eventually die. The strategic architect knows that the environment shapes the mind. If you want to leave your old mindset, you must change your physical environment. Your brain has wired itself to your current surroundings. Every object in your room, every street in your neighborhood is a trigger for an old thought. If you want to think new thoughts, you must go to new places. This is why travel is so transformative, not because of the sights you see, but because of the person you are forced to be when you are in a place where nobody knows you. You are free to reinvent yourself because there is no audience to hold you to your old script.
We are now seconds away from the final reveal, the one thing that stands between you and the life you claim to want. Now for the final 5%, the ultimate reveal. The trap, the reason 99% of people fail to leave their old mindset is that they try to change it.
They try to change it.
You cannot change a mindset. A mindset is a closed loop. Any attempt to change it from within the loop just reinforces the loop. If you use the logic of the old mindset to try and fix the old mindset, you are just rearranging the furniture in your prison cell.
The secret is not change, but transcendence.
You do not fix the old mindset. You abandon it. You don't argue with your old self. You don't try to convince your old self to be better. You simply stop listening. You walk out of the room.
The mistake is thinking that the old mindset must be resolved before you can move on. It doesn't. You can leave it unresolved. You can leave the questions unanswered. You can leave the arguments won or lost. You just walk away.
This is the way of the void. In Zen, the void is not nothingness. It is the space where all things are possible. When you walk away from your old mindset, you enter the void. It is terrifying.
It is silent. It is lonely. But it is the only place where the new can actually exist. Most people feel the silence of the void, and they panic. They run back to the old noise, the old arguments, the old mindset, because even a painful noise is better than the silence of being truly free. To leave your old mindset, you must fall in love with the silence. You must be comfortable being nobody for a while. You must be comfortable not having an answer when people ask you who you are or what you're doing. You must stay in the void until the new mindset crystallizes, not out of effort, but out of necessity. Imagine you are a sculptor. Your life is the block of marble. Your old mindset is the debris you have already carved away. Why are you still holding on to the dust? Why are you trying to glue the pieces back onto the statue? The beauty is in what remains after you have removed the excess. The new you is already there, hidden inside the block. But you will never see it until you stop being afraid of the floor being covered in marble chips. The old mindset was a shield. The new mindset is a sword. One was for protection. The other is for conquest. The shield is heavy. It is cumbersome, and it keeps your hands full. Drop the shield. Walk into the storm with empty hands. The moment you stop trying to fix yourself is the moment you become dangerous to the status quo. You become a strategist of the highest order because you are no longer playing the game everyone else is playing. You aren't playing for improvement. You are playing for ascension.
The exit is right in front of you. It's not locked. It never was. You just had to be willing to leave everything you love behind to walk through it. Time is not running out. It is already gone. The version of you that started watching this video is already obsolete.
Leave him here. He doesn't belong where we're going.
Walk away now. The void is waiting, and in the void you will finally find the architect. Not the one who built the prison, but the one who can build the world. The transition is complete. The old world is dead. Long live the new. This is the final law of the Zen Strategist. The only way to win the game is to realize that the game is a hallucination. The old mindset was never real. It was just a habit of thought. And habits can be broken by the simple act of choosing a different direction. Don't wait for a sign. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the right time. The right time was 10 years ago. The second best time is the heartbeat you just had.
Step into the void. Become the architect. Build now.
The silence is your new home. Get comfortable. This is the end of the beginning.
Everything else is just noise. Breathe. Walk.
Gone.
Gone beyond.
Gone altogether beyond.
Awakening now.